Oh my god, yes. There's like literally a dozen waterfalls right there. This video is sponsored by Topo Athletic. Hey guys, I'm Justin.
And I'm Jess, and we are in the beautiful Quinault Rainforest in Olympic National Park, about 4 hours west of Seattle, Washington. We're super excited because we're hiking the Enchanted Valley Trail this weekend, which is about a 30-mile out and back trail that we're gonna be doing in a 2-night backpacking adventure.
This hike takes you to a stunning chalet built in the 1930s, and the Enchanted Valley is full of plentiful waterfalls, gorgeous mountains, and abundant wildlife. But we gotta get going because it's about 2.5 miles to our first camping site, and we only have about an hour left until dusk, so we'll see you at the campsite. From the trailhead, we started to make our way to the Pony Bridge Campground, the first of 4 primitive campgrounds you'll find along this trail. While you can theoretically do the Enchanted Valley as a day hike, like us, most hikers do this as a multi-day backpacking trip.
I doubt the microphone will be able to pick it up, but in the background you can hear these elk noises. There's this guttural clicking.
Sounds like
We're not gonna get to the chalet till tomorrow, but I am so excited. I've been wanting to come here for years, and I think it's just gonna be absolutely gorgeous. The perfect summer's day, I'm ready.
Given that Pony Bridge is only 2.5 miles from the trailhead, we generally wouldn't recommend camping here as you'll have a long second day hiking to the Enchanted Valley. But if you get a late start like us, it's the perfect place to call home for the night.
We've officially made it to the Pony Bridge Campground, which is the first one you'll find along the trail. There's only about 3 or 4 spots, so if you're gonna get here early. We unfortunately have to go with one that's a little bit picked over, but we'll make it work, and we're gonna find a better campsite tomorrow.
between all the stops for tree hugging and trying to find a campsite, we didn't quite have time for a campfire, but had just enough light to set up our tent for the night. Good morning from the Pony Bridge Campground.
We ate some tasty breakfast, we're good and caffeinated, and we packed up our bags.
We've got about 12 miles till we get to the chalet, so let's hit the trail.
Ready to get my hike on? Let's do this.
We started the rest of our 12.5-mile hike to the Enchanted Valley. One thing to note is that while this trail isn't really hard, it is long.
But the awesome thing is that most hikers in decent shape can do this trail so long as it's broken up over the course of a couple days. In fact, we passed everyone from families with little kids to a 75-year-old on the trail. There is a bit of elevation gain, 3,244 feet to be exact, but it's spread out over the length of the hike, so you never really feel like you're climbing stairs. Because we're going to be backpacking for 3 days, we can't possibly bring all of the water that we need with us, so we brought along our Sawyer Mini by Sawyer. This is an incredibly cool little water filter that threads onto a smart water bottle, and it filters out 99.999% of virus and bacteria.
And you get mountain fresh water.
Ooh. So when we said this trail had plentiful waterfalls, we weren't kidding. And these waterfalls are something straight out of a fairy tale. We have an all-time favorite forest smell.
First of all, it's not my favorite forest smell. It's probably my favorite smell ever. It's toasted pine. It's when the sunshine hits the ground and warms up the dry pine needles that have fallen from trees. It smells caramely, it smells earthy, it smells piney. It smells so good, and it just smells like summer in the Pacific Northwest, which is basically the best thing ever.
Someone should make a candle of this stuff.
Yes, please, I will buy all of them.
This hike takes you through the Quinault Rainforest, one of 4 temperate rainforests found in Olympic National Park. It sits in an area known as the Valley of the Rainforest Giants, named for how many record-holding trees there are here. In fact, 5 specific trees in this forest hold the world record for the tallest of their species. We couldn't stop marveling at how large the trees were here, and it makes you feel like you're walking through a fairy tale forest.
What you eating?
It's a classic. We got peanut butter and jelly on a tortilla.
Well, that's mildly terrifying.
I think we're getting our first glimpse of the valley, and it looks pretty epic.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Are you seeing this?
This is one of the prettiest places I've ever been.
Oh my God, there's like 20 waterfalls. Chalet, we have made it.
So close. Ah, it's so pretty.
Wow, wow, oh my God, oh my God, oh. Oh, wow. Oh my god, yeah. There's like literally a dozen waterfalls.
I know.
Right there. From lush jungles to rough volcanic mountains, we've relied on our Topo athletic boots to carry us over just about any terrain you can imagine. From their impossibly light construction to their durable and grippy outsoles, see why REI ranked the Topo Trail Venture as the best hiking boots of 2021. Check out the link in the description and pick up a pair with a 30-day risk-free trial. As professional photographers and minimalist travelers, these are the only boots that we trust to get us where we need to go. A huge thank you to Topo Athletic for sponsoring this video. Topo Athletic. Move better.
Once we kind of stopped freaking out over how gorgeous the Enchanted Valley is, we wandered around trying to find the perfect campsite. While we had visited on a really busy weekend, there are plenty of campsites here, probably over 100, and we were able to snag a spot with some pretty epic views.
So we just got to the Enchanted Valley after however many miles, and I am going to make some fists with my toes. And if you know what movie that's from, comment below.
Okay, we finally made it to the Enchanted Valley. We were able to set up our tent and relax for a little bit, and we thought this would be a great time to tell you about this chalet we keep talking about.
The chalet was built in 1931 and served as a respite for weary hikers. Unfortunately, it didn't stay open that long and was closed in the 1940s to serve as a lookout for Japanese airplanes during World War II. Regardless, people still keep coming here, and probably, I think you can see why, locals dubbed this the Valley of 10,000 Waterfalls, and it is absolutely epically beautiful.
Okay, I think we're gonna go explore the area a little bit, maybe take some photos of the chalet and collect some firewood for a campfire later tonight.
One thing to note about this trail is that it's super popular. You do need a permit, but still, this place has been absolutely packed. It's so crowded here, we were really worried that we weren't even going to find a campsite.
But I think we got a pretty good one.
We've got the fire going behind us, and we are about to start cooking dinner.
One of my all-time favorite meals to make while camping are instant noodles. In this case, it's pad thai, but they come in a prepackaged plastic container that holds everything. All I need to do is heat water up and add it in here. For a little extra fun, I always bake tofu marinated in different spices and barbecue sauce. It is perfect.
One thing that I wanted to point out is that in order to do this hike, you need to have a bear canister. Bear canisters are essentially like Nalgene bottles on steroids. Essentially, bears cannot get into them, so you have to put anything that smells, think food, toothpaste, deodorant, to keep the bears and you safe. And we also have wine.
We are laying in our tent right now, and this is our view. Guys, it has been a long day, so we are going to call it a night and just snuggle in our tent.
Good night.
We'll see you in the morning.
Good morning. We just woke up and made ourselves some coffee. Usually Justin and I don't sleep very well in tents, but I think from just hiking such a long way, we slept for like 10 hours, which is pretty crazy for us. When we woke up to this behind us, and we were just marveling at how incredible it is that in the United States, places like this are protected and free to be enjoyed by animals and people alike, and so we're just really incredibly thankful to be here today.
All right, the sun has risen. We're all packed up and ready to hit the trail. It's about 14 to 15 miles till we get to the trailhead.
It's been Enchanted Valley.
It's worth mentioning, to camp along the Enchanted Valley Trail, you need to get a permit, which you can pick up at recreation.gov. Previously, given the hike's popularity, it was pretty tough to snag one, but they've recently changed to a no quota system, meaning you can pretty much pick up a permit at any time. Obviously, that's subject to change, so do your research before planning your trip here.
It's a little scary.
1 mile down, 13 to go. 2 miles down, 3 miles down, 4 miles down, 5 miles down, 6 miles in, woo!
So much energy.
7 miles in.
We're about halfway there, so we're gonna try to find a pretty lunch spot.
This looks like a pretty lovely lunch spot.
We found a pretty waterfall to have lunch by. It is day 2 of peanut butter and jelly tortilla wraps. It is our last meal on the trail, which we're a little bit sad about, but I'm also pretty excited to have a big old burger after this.
8 miles down. 9 miles down. 10 miles down. 11 miles down. 12 miles down, just a few more till the trailhead. So Jessica and I always wonder why fungi have a propensity to grow on the sawn faces of logs. If anyone knows, drop a comment below. Dang, Washington, you're pretty. 13 miles down, we're almost to the trailhead. 14 miles down.
We did it! Woo! This hike was absolutely incredible. The scenery looks like something straight up a fairy tale. The one thing that I wanted to note is this hike is usually known for being an awesome place to see wildlife, mainly bear and elk. Unfortunately, we heard tons of elk, and people along the trail told us that they passed bears, but we personally didn't see any. And I think that might be because of the unseasonably warm temperatures today, which frankly, I'm not gonna complain about.
The Enchanted Valley just feels so incredibly unique. You cannot drive a car up to it. If you wanna go there, you have to hike 15 miles in. For that reason, it feels so special and protected, and I'm so fortunate to have been able to hike up to it.
If you're interested in seeing more of Olympic National Park, we have a couple more videos planned for later this summer, so be sure to subscribe.
If you have any questions about this hike, please put them in the comments section below. Also, if you haven't already seen the video, Jessica and I recently summited the tallest mountain in the world. No, it's not Everest. If you're interested in watching that, I'll put a link in the description below.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.